Well, Zach, if you take into account their circumstances, then yes. This is a team that lost both of its best players. One didn't even make it through the entire first game of the season. Not to mention Kyrie missed 22 regular season games, and Boston still managed to finish second in the East. Late in the fourth, Rockets down 3. Fred VanVleet on Harden Island, and Harden, bang, he'll tie it up at 102. Very next possession, tied game, DeMar DeRozan will do what he does best and hit his mid-range jumper over Harden. Raptors go up 2. 5 seconds left, Rockets down 3, and you know who it's going to. Harden, this time, he'll miss the prayer. When they first signed Melo and Paul George, they were one of the quote-unquote super teams. Obviously, it didn't pan out that way, but these guys are still dangerous, even though they're in the 6th seed still. The Arizona Wildcats will take on an up-and-down USC Trojan team in the Pac-12 championship. Like you said, they have no lottery pick. They have the 29th pick from the Raptors. They have the 40th pick and the 45th pick in this upcoming draft.
Being a multi-position player is also something difficult to do. So how do you prepare for whether you're pitching, playing outfield, or even at bat? Walk me through what's your preparation like going into tournament games?
My freshman year, we went to Stanford and played Oklahoma out there. That was a little bit different than last year because I didn't play as much. We had a really good starting 5 that year, really good team in general. And that was just different because I feel like I was more waving the towel for my teammate and wasn't really as involved as last year where I felt like I made more of a contribution. So, I mean, both years were unbelievable, amazing experiences, but last year was definitely more heartfelt for me just because I felt like I was more directly involved.
Right. So as a team, what do you think you guys did different to make it all the way to the Sweet 16 as opposed to first-round exit in 2014?
That's a good question. I mean, I think our preparation was the same. I think we were ready. We knew both games obviously were going to be really tough. We had the same seed. We were 12 seed versing a 5. But I mean, I just think our level of play just really had to match our opponents, and I think we were just able to really get stops on the defensive end and really believe that we could win at every moment of the game, and it just worked out for us.
All right, so you do play in a mid-major conference, but when you go to the tournaments, you play in those bigger and better schools. So what do you think is the difference in the competition level between, say, your conference opponents versus some of the bigger schools?
Definitely just the athleticism of the girls in general. I mean, most of them are taller. You have guards that are over 6 foot as compared to the MAC. You don't really see too many point guards or even 2 guards over 6 foot. I mean, their jumping abilities, their strength, the speed, that's just the difference between those BCS conferences and the mid-major schools. But, I mean, we've proven, and other schools, other really good mid-major schools have proven that time and time again, like, we can compete with those schools if we just have the right game plan, the right mindset, and it's really just whoever's going to work the hardest on that particular day.
Departure of yourself, Adelie Martucci, and Morgan Mans. Talk to me about what adjustments your team has made to further their success this season so far.
I mean, I think that our team is very special because that anyone can step up on any given day. So I don't think that the loss of me, Morgan, or Adelie, even Vanessa, I don't think that really affects anyone because someone is going to step up. You know, Paige steps up, James steps up. They're all doing so great, and we're, seeing success.
You guys got a taste of the Sweet 16 last year. What does the team have to do to get back to that point?
I think that last year we didn't really have any. I mean, obviously there's bumps in the road. But we didn't really have any. We didn't think that we couldn't do it ever. We went into the Marquette game. We said, we can beat this team. So what? They're ranked higher than us. So what? Like, we can do it. And we never, faltered. We never thought that anyone was ever better than us. I think that's what helped us in the end of the tournament.
I'm definitely going with the Bulls on this one. And, it's hard to judge a team when they're currently losing as the way they are. But, Lauri Markkanen, the rookie. Then you got Zach LaVine, under 25 years old. Chris Dunn, under 25 years old. Also, Bobby Portis, under 25 years old. They look really good. They had that 7-game winning streak earlier. And early in the first, Abdul Rahman dimes John Teske rolling to the basket, game tied up at 7. Later in the first, Xavier Simpson, the freshman, he'll put P.J. Thompson on skates. Welcome back to QNN Sports. This past week, the NFL Combine had social media buzzing. One of the biggest headlines from the event was the weak performance from Oklahoma offensive lineman Orlando Brown. Point guards are a trending topic in the NBA. Who's the greatest point guard of all time? My answer would be the point god himself, Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the best point guard we have ever seen in NBA history. He ranks 6th all time in PER at more than any point guard in NBA history.